sun in Aldebaran. And the moon just went over Uranus, and I am calling, and it's making it's opposing Saturn. And Saturn, you know, is starting to station to go direct. I'm telling you, we took over Saturn on the 26th. I think we took over Saturn on the 26th. The twins are in the house. The twins are with us, and they both have Saturn retrograde. The twins and D. King have Mars retrograde. Mars and Jupiter are going to be exact on top of each other at 3 degrees Aries on the new moon on early Sunday morning, or Monday morning, on Memorial Day. This is the day that a year ago, I drove back into California from a trip that started in Texas, went to Ohio, went to Kentucky, went back to Tennessee, went to Myrtle Beach, went to Nashville, went to New Orleans, had a big battle, went to Texas, went to Tucson, where a Bill Gates character did some weird shit in a hot tub. Somebody tried to break in the house. That's when Drake and all that weird shit came up, and everything came in about a jet. Then the next day, we drive back into California to Hermosa, Memorial Day, and on Memorial Day, I attached all of the windmills when you're driving into California to my car to pull it all back to California. And my car died on the Manhattan Beach Pier around 10 o'clock at night, and it blew a surge in the car in front of Chase Bacon and ice cream parlor. Ice cream, Oreos, Nutter Butter, alchemizing the ice cream. Oh my God, DK. I'm seeing Henry's ice cream. We command and claim all the energy of ice cream throughout all space and time, including all Mormon cycles, and we clean it and clear it right now to flush through the divine masculines with cream, peaches and cream. We command all of our divine masculines. We command and compel and sire all those who counted on us. All those souls that signed up in the other etheric dimension to come here and fought so goddamn hard to be the first down here on earth. I know when you get here, it don't feel like the greatest thing to be the first. Give it a minute. It's never easy to be the first. It's never easy to be the first. Sometimes it takes a long time for people to catch on. They're catching on. At a soul level. So many of us risked everything to get here, and it's what makes me so sad whenever I think back about my journey, because so many didn't pass the test. See, I'm karma. Like, 6 planets in Libra, Venus, with ISIS codes. I mean, Anunnaki princess even. From the missing Zedekiah, Zebula, whatever the fuck you want to call this, from the Judah line. Because, I mean, we don't want to get into the DNA of Christ and Jesus, do we? I mean, we need to. When you pray to Jesus and you pray to Christ, guess who you were praying to? The reptilians. Because who's getting it? Me? How was I made? In a lab? What'd they do to me? Put me in a fucking chamber for... took my consciousness, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, what the fuck? My problem was they did it to a bunch of y'all. I'm a being that signed up at some level to come back and do it because of who I was. The divine intervention steps in whenever they started doing to all of you what the plan was for the masters. Do you understand me? See, understand that most of what has gone on here on Earth for the past 900 years, but we'll just say 300 so it doesn't blow our fucking minds. Because then that takes us to the year 1600. See, life in this realm wasn't set up the way you think it was. Your reality and how the collective lives the reality doesn't work how you think it does. It still doesn't, because we still got a bunch of asleep people. What's changing and happening now is that the ascended woke people have already gone ahead in time and written an entirely new construct whenever this cylinder of this reality and everything shut down in order to be rebirthed, which is what it does every 26,000 years. Well, I've been saying it since the get. Whenever I got activated 2017, we were 586 years overdue for that rebirthing. So if the being that's the earth, and if that means the earth and all of us haven't been cleansed and rebirthed, because there is a cycle. This was what all the wars were started for. This is what the wars in World War II and putting everybody unconscious and taking your mind control is also, you don't remember what I'm telling you right now. Longer cycles of time. So if you're telling me that the earth hadn't been rebirthed, which it was supposed to, by accordance to divine law, because Orion is only supposed to have this realm for a certain amount of time, because this is a learning planet, and then they're supposed to give it over to who? Ophiuchus. 1,000 years peace, a reset. It's been going on since the existence. Problem was, it was 586 years overdue. Okay, well then what the fuck was birthing us in the planet? See, I know these answers because I've walked it now. I'm asking you to start asking the right questions. When we go through 0 to 3 degrees Aries, and I talk about a connection that was gone in the human DNA that wasn't attached anymore, this is what I speak of. When we talk of artificial intelligence, this is what we're fucking talking about. When we talk about an angel and demon war that has been going on down here from the get, this is what we speak of. Whenever we talk about Crowley and we put the dark magic and all that shit, okay, this is why it happened. Now understand, the collective automatically on an ascension gate goes back and clears 600 years. It's how it's set up. The Christ whole program and the vector Pisces, because the collective has to walk through a vector Pisces. The entire collective just walked through the vector Pisces. I need y'all to fucking understand me. This entire realm moved. This earth pale moved. We are moving in space now. We are no longer held down. We were pinned down in a dome. We weren't moving. Now we're fucking moving. We're moving quick. And we walked through 300 years of the past and 300 years of the future. Literally. Why? Everything blew up. The only thing that was in the middle that hinged realities and made us all stay here and everything stay the way it is because humans have memory and we knew how it was, but the world has changed because consciousness took over, and that is what's happening. But we didn't just clear 600 years. Because whenever we got through the whole thing, we were all set up to fail again, like we always had been before, because they controlled resources and they controlled the money and they were doing crazy ass shit out in space and mind control and experiments and all this weird ass shit. Well, not anymore. Because the Vector Pisces, we walk through it. Christ consciousness is here. Everybody is clear. That is why they're making each of you go sign up for shit like getting shots and all this stuff. Shots. How many shots were fired? Did you get your shot? Don't say that word no more. Stop saying it. Don't call it the jab either. That gives somebody a free kill switch, depending on what you've reclaimed in your energy or not. Because there are so many layers that are above whatever you think you are right now. Just trust me. There are so many layers above. And then you get to a point where you're only down to elements of everything in your mind. And then that's whenever, you completely become like a three-headed Brahma down here. Which is where my ascended crew is now. We're getting used to it. It's what we're teaching over here. This is how we live our life now. In the flow. 100. Because everything's energetic. It's how we create things. It's how we're building and how we as a collective pulled this off. So many of us have documentation to support different aspects of it. It's time to let it, we're all going to start unleashing it now. So I don't know, this is kind of like just a little rambling download, honestly. I don't even know what I've been talking about here. I think this is a message I am going to put out to the YouTube community, the YouTube platform. I've cleaned it up as much as I can energetically and everything else. Now it's just up to the public to support it. And there's only so much I can do on that channel because of who I am and because of how YouTube was set up. When the balance is restored, then a bigger impact will happen even on YouTube with the rest of the Lightworker community. Right now, it's like, you understand, if you're not supporting the right ones, and I'm not saying support me, I'm just telling you how it works down here. If you're not supporting the right ones, and those happen to be the ones that are holding up the entire infrastructure of that new earth reality set of keys, then you're supporting the wrong karmic people on YouTube. You're supporting the karmic readers. You're listening to the bullshit. You're supporting karmic bullshit, and then it held up everybody else. Because you were supposed to be paying attention to someone else. And your focus and attention is that powerful. And you kept ignoring it. Now, that's a divine masculine message, and each one of us right there can take what I just said and put you in that situation, and each one of us can stand here and say in the past 3 years and be honest with ourselves that we pass judgment on people. Now, I'm not saying, because I mean, shit, if you were with me in my cruise and if you were living, like, if you were dealing with shit like we were dealing with, coming out of those gates that were basically ecliptic magic gates, and everything was being run by sorcery and shit. I mean, in order to get through that stage, there has to, it's in the game there is a black and white. You're playing a game that has black and white. Now, once you play that black and white game enough, now remember, this is an evolving soul planet too. So different beings are here to teach us different things. And when it comes to union, and it comes to this whole twin flame thing, you know, holy crap balls, we were here to teach each other lessons about love. Okay, I don't know if you're like me. I'm just now starting to even have an idea of what love is. And I still don't know. If you're like me, and you've been on this mission, bringing in this new energy, and you had to do it all real quick in 40 fucking years. If you came in the 70s, especially, because that's when the masters started coming in 72. I don't know when you was born, but 72 was the key year for those of us who were coming in with nothing but new codes. We had nothing but new codes the whole time we were in that other dimension. It's why everything was all fucked up, and we changed everything, and we were the black sheep, and we were adopted, and we were orphaned, and, you know, we had to get on Earth any way we could. Well, you know, there's not a lot of open soul contracts for loved babies down here. You get down here the way you can get down here. You're a master. Then you live through it. Then you realize why you lived through it. Right? Like, I'm not in victim mentality fucking all. Like, when I tell people about my story, I'm not ever telling it in an energy of victimization. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what happened. I know I signed up for it. Because I was a master. That was the star mission. This was a Hail Mary, Mother of God fucking mission to get back to Earth and ignite the human DNA on this planet, so that on this million-year cycle, some other fucking AI galactic entity didn't take over the human race forevermore. That is what we stopped. That is what connection is coming into play right now, 0 to 3 degrees Aries, for the first time in almost 600 years. That is what we were dealing with. A galactic takeover of the human race, and a birthing cycle that very few fucking knew about. Do you understand me? I think that's it for today. Cedar trees. Cedar trees, cedar trees, cedar trees. Keys today, 323. You're looking for 323. You're looking for 232s. 323s, those are masculine. Those are divine masculine codes. The highest you can get breaks down to a 551001 twin codes. 232, those are your feminine princess codes. What's the difference? 232 break down 0110, 020. You add them together, what do you get? 555. What are those? Egyptian pharaoh codes. Sherpa burp. I command all ascended on this planet to bind together now and charge our frequency. The time is 919. 1001-020. We charge and connect to 232 plus 323, and we send out a charge across the entire universe, and we command all souls that pleaded to come to Earth and be in our army activate to 100% in the highest frequency in 3, 2, 1. Full completion in 3 days. Hope you got to the end of the video. You never know what's gonna sneak in. Chastity Cab with coHUE32. Building a new reality with you. I'll be back soon.